Hello. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to create an email in Marketo specifically for Hangout. So every week we send a Hangout email just to remind customers that it's coming up and to give them the links and the topic and everything. So what you'll need before you start is the image, the text, and the link to the Hangout. So usually the flow would be that you create the Hangout page within Kentico, and then you create your email. If you want to do all of your emails at once or a bunch of them at once, you would need to just remember to go back and put the links in to AV Connect once those pages are created. So when you log into Marketo, you will see this page, the notifications page. What you're going to do is go up to the top left and click on this icon and marketing activities. That's going to bring up all the emails that all the different teams are working on. For us, we're going to go to customers, AV Connect, AV Connect Hangouts, and Hangout emails. So once you get to Hangout emails, you've got all the Hangout emails for 2015 here. We're going to create a new program. It's called a program in Marketo. So I'm going to just click that. It's going to put it in the right campaign folder for me. I'm going to name it, and our naming convention is the year, the month, and the day with Hangout on the end. So this Hangout is coming up on June 3rd. So I've put 2015, 06, 03, and then Hangout. Easy enough. Default, so email is the program type, and it will pick the channel based on the program type. So now I hit create, and I get a little mailbox to hold my emails. So I'm also going to just clone last week's email. It's easier than creating a brand new one. So I'm going to go to last week's campaign, open it up, and there's this little email that was sent last week, and I'm going to right click it and hit clone. Okay, so it auto-populates where it goes. It auto-populates the old program. So you're going to click the drop-down list and you're going to find the new one that you just made, 2015, 06, 03. And you're going to name it the same name. Whoops. Okay, so you'll see it's opened, it's created the little email in the right folder, and it's also opened a brand new window for you with the content of the last email in it. So you need to change 5 things here. You need to change the title. So I just remove the actual title. You leave AV Connect Hangout, and this week's is like a success story winner. So success story winner, be efficient with Virginia Tech. Okay, so I knew the title, but you can get the title from the the Kentico page that you created. You can also get the title from the weekly newsletter that goes out the week before. So I've changed the subject. I'm now going to jump in here to this main area, double click it, and it'll open an editor for me. And I'm going to do 4 more things in here. So I'm going to change the image, obviously. So when I get to this page, it's asking me for a URL. So what I need to do here is go back to the first page that I was on, so the initial Marketo page. I'm going to go up to the icon on the top left, and I'm going to click Design Studio. And then I'm going to, oh wait, am I going to click Design Studio? Yes. And then I'm going to find images and files here, and I'm going to find my folder. So again, AV Connect Hangouts, AV And if I click AV Connect Hangouts, it brings all the images that I've loaded. So I've already actually loaded the June 3rd image. If you hadn't loaded your image, you would just go to upload and it would pull up, your whatever picture area you have, or wherever you have your image saved, and you could just upload it. In this case, I already have it. So I'm just going to click it. And I'm going to copy this URL. And I'm going to go back to the other tab with the email being edited and paste that. Okay. So there it is, and insert. This is just asking me if I want to put a description, and I don't. So I'm going to put that in there and delete the old one. Okay, now I'm going to actually update the text. So again, you can get the text from two places. You can get the text either from the previous week's newsletter, or you can get the text from the page that you created in Kentigo. So I'm going to go back to my page in Kentigo, and I'm going to hit copy, and I'm going to paste this, and there it is. So I got my new language. So the fourth thing I'm going to do is change the link. So I'm going to highlight the click here language. And all I really need to do here is actually change the date, because we follow the same format with our dates. So in this case, we're going to do 06/03 and leave 15 as it is. And I'm just going to hit update. And that changed the link for me. So as long as you just change that date based on the month, day, and year, the link will work. Okay, the other thing that we have on here is actually the Hangouts from the previous week. So you're also going to just delete the top line, and you're going to hit enter and put in last week's Hangout. So meet Justin Allman. And I'm going to create the link for that. I should have saved the other one, so hold on. I'm just going to take the other one and change the date back. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Here we go. So I can probably find last week's in here or some weeks in here, as long as I don't save that. Paste, and then I'm just going to change the date. So the date would have been the 27th of May. Insert. All right, so that's usually more simple than that. But anyway, you get the idea. So we've changed the image, we've changed the text, we've changed the link to the actual Hangout we're doing, and we've added last week's Hangout so that they can click through if they want to. The last step is just to hit copy from HTML here. And you'll see that the text has copied. And then you hit save, and you've got your new Hangout. So, sorry, email. So I would suggest doing a preview email. So if you go to email actions, send sample, and you just send to. So I ignore all the stuff above and just type in my email address. And it will send me a sample email. So there it is. So I can just take a quick look. I can make sure my header looks right, my text is right, and then the most important thing is to check my link. And my link is correct. So I go back into my email. I feel good about it. Everything seems to work. Now I need to build a list. So actually, no. Now I need to approve my email, which is a Marketo nuance that I do on my first page. So I'm going to just either close this or I'm going to go back to my original tab. And I am going to go back to marketing activities. And find my email. Oop, it's above here. I've mislabeled the last one. And I'm going to right click it and hit approve. There we go. Okay, so now that my email's been approved, I need to create my smart list. So if I go up here to the main area of the email, I can see smart list. So you can go back and look at the other email to see how the smart list is. Unfortunately, when you clone an email, it doesn't copy the smart list over. I guess that's just for safety to make sure that you're not sending to the same people over and over if you didn't really want to. In our case, we do want to, but that's okay. So you're going to send this to a few different filters. And the cool thing here is that it actually links into Salesforce. So the first thing we're going to do is look up type. So if you click type, or you type into here, it's going to bring up all these options that actually match what's in Salesforce. So I'm going to pull type over, and type is, and if I just type customer into this field, I'm going too fast for it. Okay. If I actually click this box, it allows me to put all the customer types. So I'm just going to hit add all, and then I'm going to remove former because obviously I don't want former in there, but this gives me all the different types of customers that we have. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. Now I've got that filter. I'm now going to type in email because I'm now looking for the actual email address. So email address, and we do this every time, contains an @ symbol. I guess some email addresses aren't clean in the system, so we need to make sure they have the @ symbol. And then we also drag it in again, and we specifically put is not Gaylord AV Heat at Opry.com. So they've asked us not to email them at that email address. And it's in the system multiple ways, which means it can't just be removed or excluded. So we put it in there. Little strange. Gaylord comes out in our system or in our organization in a lot of ways as special, and this is one of them. And then in order to add the staff of audience view, we're going to do member of list, drag it over, and we're going to put lead in audience view staff. And if you're not sure, if you just wait a minute, it'll pop up with the criteria you want. Okay, so this has all been pulled right out of Salesforce and is filtering live based on Salesforce data. So if anything's been clicked as inactive, for instance, it won't show it. That reminds me, actually, that's the next one on my list is actually put inactive. So inactive is false. And then the last thing we put in order to remove the AV Go and community customers is division. So division is not NAIA or NAIA2. 2. Okay. So the last thing I need to do here is create a filter. So an advanced filter. And basically what I want to do here is make sure that that member of list in AV staff is not limiting everything else. So I'm going to do, I'm going to actually move this up. So I'm going to do 1 or, and I'm going to bracket 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to put and here actually. So 1, so they're an audience use step member and they're one of these things. So that allows the AV team to see it and it also allows the customers to see it. Okay. And it's auto saving. That's one weird thing about Marketo that I often find a little odd. Like you're working and there's no button to say, yes, I saved this. So anyway, it is auto saving and you can see that there. Okay. We're going to go back to the little email. Actually, we're going to go back to this screen. So now you'll see we have the smart list. We need to schedule it. So I'm going to schedule it for June 3rd. And I'm going to schedule it to go out at 11:45, 11:30 a.m. One good interesting thing to note is if you are doing this last minute, so it's 11:30 and you're doing the email, it has to be sent 15 minutes later. So if you're doing the email at 11:35, you need to do it at noon. You can't do it at 11:45 or it won't go out. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. Okay. And then I have to pick the actual email so it knows. So there it is. And when I feel good and ready, I'm going to hit approve program. And now it's sitting and waiting to go. So that will go on the 3rd of June. So that's how you create a Hangout. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.